Hello, I am Tito Darkeesian. For those of you who don't know me, I am well known for my controversial opinions on black people and how they're portrayed in video games. And unfortunately, this is a problem that has been going for generation after generation, and I am going to be the one to stop it, for I am the one that is prepared to defy history. With that said, looming in the midst of a recently released AAA title known as Street Fighter V, a lot of people have been banging their heads against the wall until they were completely numb over a small issue known as R. Mika's butt slap. But where's the outrage for the real issue? The fact that there has been no outcry about this is absolutely staggering, for we all know in the current realm and the current spectrum of video game media, black people are always promoted as lazy, unenthusiastic, apathetic to life, always unemployed, always running away from their responsibilities, not allowed to actually be an actual human being, always being pushed to the lowest common denominator of an intelligence, and at the very end of the day, always working for someone who has a lighter skin complexion because they're not smart enough to live life on their own and they're a complete failure otherwise. Some will even tap dance for a little bit of money, some will tap dance just for a full four-course meal that has no monetary dismay upon the employer. Now you may be asking yourself, well, that's not in Street Fighter V, but oh yes it is. The whitewashed Karen? Yes, the whitewashed Karen. Stripped of her Japanese roots and made to look even more white. Look as though she came from the Caucasus Mountains yesterday. It seems as though she has taken Birdie under her wing because Birdie quit his job. He ran out on his job. He's fat. He's lazy. He doesn't want to work. All he wants to do is sit home and watch Martin on the BET channel and guzzle his Kool-Aid, eat his watermelon, and devour his fried chicken and his infinite supply of donuts. But as a black person, I'm just supposed to turn away and be like, oh, he's just the joke character. That's absolutely insane to me. How can this be? And Street Fighter V isn't the first to do this. Let's look at Mortal Kombat 9. You had Jax, who was supposed to be a general, supposed to be someone who's a badass, yet he's always needing saving from his white cohorts. The movie star who has zero, and I mean zero reason to be any more powerful than an actual trained general, and the person underneath him, Sonya Blade, is also seen saving him. Which is once again repeated in Mortal Kombat. They portray Jax as a deadbeat dad who was never there for Jacqueline Prince. On top of that, he was the first guy to go. He was killed. He was defeated. He never got to get his soul back. And who were the people that had to save him to get his soul back? Oh, well, you know the good old same old. Johnny Cage and aforementioned Sonya Blade. Again. It's just so good. It's just so good. Not to mention that, while he was in the Netherrealm, he did his bidding for the two whitest people that have ever been constructed in Mortal Kombat lore, Shinnok and Quan Chi. It just seems as though black people can never get their fair shake in the video game phenomena. I don't know what it is. Either we're pimps and killers in games like Grand Theft Auto or Saints Row, or we're just going to be absolutely arbitrarily sexist as if though we treat all women completely belligerent. And for those of you who don't know what I mean, Metroid Other M's own Anthony Higgs always belittles Samus at every turn he can, calling her things like,
Fancy meeting you here, princess.
You okay, princess?
and asking her questions like,
Remember me?
even though he's never been in a Metroid title before. We have to think about diversity here, people. We need to have black people represented as presidents. I mean, hell, we have one known as Barack Obama. And unfortunately, there hasn't been a single game with a black president in it. I guess that'd be too unrealistic for the white gaze. I guess that just can't be something that we just have in the current modern era of video games. Not to mention, one of the most egregious and most racist things that I have ever seen, and I might have to take my hat off to even talk about it because it is a very, very heavy head that I have to say the following information. How is it that such a kid-friendly franchise can drive all of our kids to being the most racist people of all time? I just don't get it. I am talking about one, Sonic the Hedgehog. For those of you who don't understand, Jamaican stereotypes from smuggling jewels, always getting in the fights, always trying to get high, believing that you can fly even though you can't, even though your species as a human being can't fly, neither can echidnas. But they have dreadlocks, listen to rap music, live on tropical islands, and Knuckles is the full embodiment of all of these stereotypes rolled into one. Always asking questions later after roughing people up, never caring about another person's feelings. Is that what they think black people are all about? Or maybe they think black people are all about shooting guns and fantasizing about white women because apparently black men are not allowed to like black females in the 21st century. Maybe they think that we go around killing cops, we go around stealing cars, and we go around all worshiping the mighty black devil. You should ask yourself, what would you do if this was your race that was in these crossfires? I humbly ask you. If you want to support me, please donate to my Patreon below. You can also find my Kickstarter above, my Indiegogo to the left, and all of my social media in the video description below. Not only will you be funding this video that you just got for free, but you'll be funding many more like it that have already been made. I can't wait to see how much money we raise to fight the injustice. Also, Cyborg was low tier in injustice, and that's just wrong.
Booyah!
Who the hell said that the white part was the best part of the Oreo? That's ridiculous. I'm done. I don't need this. Happy April Fool's Day. I mispronounce words on purpose just because Anita's not smart, Tito's not smart. Fuck you. Talk about my fedora, I don't wear that shit anyway.